Hi everyone, welcome back to the Art of Business English. This is the podcast where we help people like you get the language skills you need for doing business in English. I've got episode 181 today and we'll be looking at 10 must-know phrasal verbs for business. These are really common and you definitely should know them if you want to really participate, and they're not really that difficult. They're common, they're widely used, and throwing them into meetings or into your written communication will make your English sound awesome. So let's take a look. So in this week's episode of the Art of Business English, we're going to be looking at these 10 must-know phrasal verbs for business. But before I start, a phrasal verb is an idiomatic phrase consisting of a verb and another element. And typically this is either an adverb or a preposition, or it could be a combination of both. So the most important thing to know about phrasal verbs is that their meaning might not be the same as the meaning of the main verb. So though this characteristic can often make them a little hard to learn and remember, the wonderful thing about phrasal verbs is that sometimes they are the exact perfect word you need in a sentence, and that they can give you many more ways to express yourself. So knowing them is really useful and important. So let's dive in and start learning. The first one is to deal with. And basically, to deal with means to handle or work on. And I'll give you an example as always, just to help you put it into context. Our new department head will deal with the training of new staff members. So our new department head will deal with the training of new staff members. The next one on my list of 10 is take over. And to take over basically means to get control of or take responsibility for something. So it could be a company or a job. For example, Tom will take over the sales department and become its new manager. So Tom is taking on this new role. Let's look at number 3 on my list, and that is to look into. So look into means to investigate something or to learn more about it. It's different from look at. An example would be, we are now looking into new software to use in our purchasing department. So we're now looking into new software to use in our purchasing department. Okay, number 4 on my list is to look up to. Again, look here. So to look up to means that you respect someone or something, but generally you respect someone. You look up to someone. Okay, so an example would be, many of our co-workers look up to Jill, and she is well liked by her customers as well. So Jill is respected. She's looked up to by people. Another one with look, and this is to look for. Okay, so you can see the meaning is changing with the preposition. Look for means to search. Okay, so to search. And again, it's to search for. So an example would be, they are looking for a candidate who can speak both Chinese and Portuguese. So here, actively looking for someone, a candidate in this case. The next one on my list is to get ahead. So to get ahead. And the meaning of to get ahead basically is to move up in position or improve your career. So an example of that would be, my boss told me that if I wanted to get ahead, I would need to work a little harder. Bring up, to bring up means to say or introduce a topic or an issue. So we often bring things up in a meeting. Let me give you an example of how we're going to use bring up. Whenever we have a meeting, our manager brings up the topic or the fact that we are improving every month. Another one, break down. Now, break down is not your car. In business, we can say it's to explain something or divide something into parts. So an example would be, the new security system seemed confusing until Mary broke it down into 5 easy steps. So Mary, she divided it into 5 parts to make it easy to learn. Another one is to call off. To call off is to cancel. So we often call off a meeting, or we can call off a deal if a negotiation fails. So an example would be, the department meeting was called off this week, so please use your time wisely. So the department meeting was cancelled. Next one is turn down. To turn down basically means to refuse to accept or agree to something. So we often turn down a job offer, for example. So let me give you an example. Larry turned down a job at another company so that he could continue his work here. So that's it. There's my list of 10 must-know phrasal verbs. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the AOBE. Now, one important thing you can do to improve your ability with phrasal verbs is to notice them when you hear them or read them. And the best way to use phrasal verbs correctly is to copy the way people around you use them. So learn from natives. If you like to take notes to remember good English vocabulary words, you can keep a list of phrasal verbs similar to the one that we have just given you, and you can add to it as you as you build up your list. You'll learn more. Make sure also you stay posted for future updates. If you haven't subscribed to the Art of Business English yet, then now is a great time. You can subscribe at the website or anywhere that you receive podcasts. Okay. And again, if you'd like to improve your knowledge of English vocabulary and expressions, then why not enroll in our online course called Business Idioms. This is an online program which covers idioms from a wide range of areas, such as marketing and finance. And if you like, you can enroll in it and get a 30-day money-back guarantee, or you can even enroll in the free sample course and try it before you buy it. So you can click over at the blog post and enroll for free, not a problem there. And please feel free to share your phrasal verbs that you use or you've come across during your work experience in the comment section on the website. That'd be great. And it's always good to hear from you guys and learn what words you use on a regular basis. So that is it for me. Thanks for joining me for another episode of the Art of Business English, and I'll see you all next week. So take care. Bye for now.